Hey guys, so today I want to talk about um, a little bit of something that's been going on um, and why we go through things that we do. And I just had an aha moment yesterday, and it kind of confirms why I went through what I needed to go through. For the past couple months, I've been sick, and it's been like nonstop sinus, flu, you name it. It's been on and off, and finally I'm recovering. I'm going to have a procedure to get whatever needs to be done fixed. So during that time, I've been doing like some healing work on myself. I've been, I attend class for your mentor with Lillian Suarez, who is my mentor. I'm also doing like a shaman class um, with Mario. She's amazing. If anybody's interested in shaman work, she's an amazing woman that has been teaching me a little. Honestly, like doing this, the shaman work has taught me a lot about myself. Any spiritual class that I've taken, I've learned a lot about myself, things that I need to heal. When I go through entombments, even full moon entombments that, Lillian does for us, something always comes up. So I've been doing a lot of stuff. During that time, old memories, old emotional issues have came up that I suppressed for a very long time and that I thought I forgot. Well, obviously, it lay dormant. And as for healers, we all have that, right? We all have those little things that lie under, if you want to say you pushed under the rug and you just never felt, or you just hit it yourself and just like, I'm not ready to deal with this right now. It just goes under the rug, or it's just something that you forgot. And some of the stuff that was coming up had to do with me growing up and more in my teenage years and in a house, because I was always dreaming about this house. So for me, when I know I need something to be healed on, it comes to me in dreams. My dreams are more, I use my dreams to guide me in anything I do now. And this has been going on for a little bit now, ever since I started doing shaman work. And that was like last year, because I took another class with another shaman mentor as well. And ever since I became one, my dreams are not my dreams anymore. They're more signs, symbols for me that's going on in my life. But I've noticed recently, ever since I started doing all this healing stuff, they're becoming more intense. My dreams have meanings to them even more. So I noticed I was always seeing my old home, and a lot has went down. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's emotional, how their emotions are and what happened to them when they were younger is always different. But for me, I noticed that I had a lot of suppressed feelings, emotions from that when I was younger. It goes to trust, having my dad there. My dad passed, which I know most of you guys know that. That was the last place that I saw my dad, how I was, emotional connection with my mom, my stepdads, anything like that with my brothers and sisters. There was just a lot that went on in there. So, and I thought I was over it, but clearly I wasn't. So I've been going through a healing process and a detox and clearing myself. And during this time, me going through this, I've been sick. And, some of it is sinus issues, but for me, I always feel that there's always an underlining. When we have unsuppressed emotions or things that lie dormant, it creates dis-ease. So us as energy workers, and we kind of know that certain ailments with things that we go through, it does create disease in the body, then it becomes into a physical ailment. So for me, it was always my stomach all the time. But since the end of last year, my stomach area is fine. So now whenever I receive entombments or anything that is opening everything up, like a healing, it always goes here in the sinus area. So this means I have something here. So what I do is now I sit with it. What is it? What is it connected to? So I know it's suppressed emotions. And it could be from the past or it could be present now. It affects, my throat. And I know whenever my throat starts to get affected, it's me not speaking my truth or standing in my truth. It starts to affect here. So with that being said, I went through a couple things the past couple weeks, and everything that I went through, I knew it had a reason. And I knew it was a reason for myself, for my own learning, for my own experience. But what I wanted to share with you guys is that, and I just said it to someone on the phone, which was my twin. I told her, I feel like I'm going through this for a purpose, because you just never know. I might have someone come to me and say, hey, I'm going through this. This is what's going on. Can you help me? So what happened the next day later, I actually had someone text me and said that they were going through this. They sent me a text telling me, I'm feeling this, I'm seeing this. And sure enough, it was the same thing that I was going through. And what was really interesting is that day before, I actually sat with my helper spirits and my spiritual team, my whole crew, and I created like a little list on what I'm going to be doing to help myself, to help me heal, to help protect myself, whatever it is. I created this list. And now here, everything I went through during those last couple weeks, I have this list ready and prepared for myself, and I was going to put it in my own safekeeping. But when this person called, and told me everything that was going on, I'm like, okay, well, I understand. I know exactly what you're going through. So then I passed it to her for her to help herself. So going forward, if we want to look at the positive, when we do go through these highs and lows in our life, and if we want to focus on the low that looks like a low, there's always a meaning behind it. And I feel like this is for anybody. You don't have to be, a spiritual person or whatever, just someone just coming to talk to you. I feel like we go through these moments for us to learn, and also for us to relate to the other person and then pass the tools for someone else. And I was happy to do that because I don't want them to feel like how I felt. But again, I feel that now I did hold resentment. I did have anger. And that's something that I had to work through myself. I was starting to feel the not trusting again. But I had to work through that and know that, I looked back to see, where did I lack? Where did I slack? And the first thing of growing for us is to honor ourselves and look at the other person, right? Or whoever it is, whatever the situation is, and see what can I do to change? What can I do to change the situation? What can I do to feel different about the situation? Forgiveness, find out what you need to do to change yourself at the end of the day, whether that person changes or not, or whether the situation changes or not. If it doesn't change, then it's not meant to be. If it changes, that's great, God bless. But it's the same thing with the person. If the person doesn't change, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's not about the other person, it's about you. So when we go through these things, it is about us and that person learning, as we're the student, they're the teacher, and as then we're the teacher, they're the student. So it's like the mirror effect, right? So we're looking at each other like that, and we see, or same thing with the situation. I feel like situations, you can do that too. seeing what we're learning and what we're processing. Because every single thing that we do, every person that we interact with, we're always learning something, whether it's good, bad, or if it's ugly. Whatever it is, we're always learning something. And we should always look in the eyes of love, but probably being at that moment, you're not looking at those eyes in the love because we're human. We're allowed to have those emotions. We're allowed to have those moments, but don't sit with that moment that long. That's the thing. When someone sits and festers, then of course it starts to accumulate. I don't know where I read this, or someone told me. Actually, it was someone that told me, and it was a friend. You don't sit with that no more than 10 minutes. And I know her mentor told her that. And when she said that to me, and I'm like, you know what? You're right, because now you're giving life to it. And I don't want to give life to that situation, or I don't want to give life to the whole ball, right? We don't want to do that. So you sit with it, you journal it out, you do what you got to do, and you release it out. So now going forward, that's what I learned. And I'm totally grateful for every situation since I came out of my mom's womb to right now, this very second. I'm grateful for every single person that I met, the good, the bad, the ugly. Everybody served a purpose in my life. Everybody contribute to who I am today. And again, that's the good, the bad, the ugly. And some people will like, well, how could you say that? Because that's what, in my eyes, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn. We're here to learn. We're here to love unconditionally, even though it's crazy. But that's just how I feel. That's just my perception. And we're here to learn forgiveness. And we're learn to have compassion for others. And we're here to heal ourselves. We go through these things to learn to heal ourselves and to find our soul, to find our true soul self. That's why I like to be a teacher. Like, I was that person that was very depressed and had anxiety, and a mom, and I did not leave my house. And once I found that spark in myself and actually felt like, when I felt it, I was like, wow, holy shit, like this is amazing. And a lot of people walk in life without even feeling that spark. And it's not that I don't even like, I feel like for me, it's like helping that person find that inner spark, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's you need to find it. And that's for all teachers, right? And all healers, we can show you, we can plant the seed, but you have to water your seed. So again, and with me pulling the foundation and achievement in the heart chakra card today with the 4-4, it just meant a lot to me. I can resonate with this because, we all have this beautiful solid foundation where we can pull ourselves up and reach and shoot for the stars on anything that we want to do. It's just getting back into your heart center with the forgiveness and having the compassion and the love and trust yourself, trust your soul to move forward and keep moving forward. And don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody stop you, because you know your true soul course at the end of the day. Everybody knows. You just got to sit with yourself and feel that and know what's right and honor your intuition, honor your gut feeling. Sometimes, situations create space for new. People fall to the side for new to come. Sometimes we served our purpose in that person's life, and others will come, and you just got to take what you learned from the situation. You got to take what you learn from, for people, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, anybody, a teacher, a mentor. They just serve their purpose for us at that moment in time as we served for them. And we always shed love and blessings to them. We don't we never shed, we don't want to push, hate or, anything negative to them, because that's not what we were. That's not what we are. We're not that. That's not what we do. We always wish them the best. We want the best. Even though they might have pissed you off, or the situation might have pissed you off, whatever it is, or the teacher, whoever it is, it's just that's not who we are. We should always see, and that's just me, that's not who I am. I don't do that. And again, I look at all of us like this. No one's higher, no one's lower. To me, it doesn't matter how high your social status is, how much money you make, or if you don't work, if you don't have a job, whatever it is. I see everybody like this. There is no color. I don't see anybody's money status, what kind of car you're driving. It does not matter to me. I look at everybody in the eyes of love. That's just how I am, whether teacher, healer, whoever, medium, mom, sister, whatever it is, wife. I look at in the eyes of love, and I look at everybody like this. So I wanted to share with everybody, because I know everybody's going through a lot. Most of the people that I talk to, it's either health issues, relationship issues, work issues, family issues. A lot is going on, and I know in 2019 we're so pumped, but I feel like everything that we're going for is preparing us for the next couple months that we're all going to be blossoming. Spring's coming, and for the ones that are here in the Midwest, which I'm in Chicago, it's cold. It's been cold. So I know spring's coming, and that fresh air, the newness is going to start to come. That's why we're shedding. That's why everything is happening, and I feel everything happens for a reason. You're learning in this moment, and we're shedding, and we're going to start sprouting up. Just like little seeds coming up from the ground, and the trees are going to start to bud because we're creating new leaves. We have our branches. We have our foundation. We're the tree, right? And tree always sheds at the fall. So in springtime, we start to blossom. We're starting to bloom, and our leaves are starting to grow. And the ones that needed to fall to the side, the situations, whatever it is, are falling because it has a purpose behind it. So trust what is coming. Trust what you're receiving from anything, and just always shed love upon it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and thank you. And thank you for following my page. Many blessings.